evening, ladies and gentlemen. On the day 4 of Arena of Valor Progress League Season 1, we will be your shoutcasters once more. I'm Kaisaya, and with me is Mikos. Hey there, Mikos.
What up, Kaisaya? We are again back today, baby. This is
right. Not Ipin or anything else. Right, so we're starting the night with the top two teams right now. Ravalda FC having 5 points lead so far, while Liyab Esports not having any losses so far, having that 4 points in the team standing as of yet. So, what do you expect between these two teams for tonight, Mikos?
Yeah, I think they will fight like the last game from yesterday. Though they have the professionalism, they wait somebody to make mistake, but less of a mistake from both teams. There's a high quality gameplay also that we can call pro moment gameplay. So I think Liyab and Ravalda FC I think they want to fight from the first seat.
Yeah. And I wonder if it is going to be Ravalda FC going to be putting a dent on the record of Liyab Esports for the direct invited playoffs for APL. Let's see. It's just going to be, it will definitely just matter on how both of these teams will execute a fight later on. But look at that. Florentino getting respected a lot of times by different teams. It's not just Liyab Esports, but the teams from yesterday as well.
Yeah, because of we've seen Liyab Esports has been banning Florentino much and more. So that is because I think they doesn't want to fight Florentino because of how Florentino evolved in the patch, right? He can sustain more into the fight. So giving the hard time for team might be a hard time for the team Liyab to be be there for a lot of time to support his teammates. So there's a reasonable ban for team Liyab.
They know the power of the Florentino, so it is a respect. And because Liyab Esports is on the first pick, you can see the priority of this team on the Alice, right? Yesterday they have been priority picking this hero or priority banning this hero as well. So we can say that Alice maybe is one of the gems of Liyab Esports because the priority is really there.
Yeah, because of we can see last night that they played with the Alice. They go aggressively. They just take out whatever they want. Just giving the headset fits are really good, and they just roam because of the speed buff the Alice can provide and the slows the Alice can provide. So I think that Alice is really one of the top strategies that Liyab has.
Yes, totally. Yuna and Raz getting the priority on the side of Ravalda FC team. Yuna, especially when she is on her ultimate mode, especially if she has the items that she needs, it's almost impossible to stop her. Being tanky enough, having the high sustain, having the damage that she needs, this much act like a suit of Florentino. It seems like high sustain can 1v2 or 1v3.
Yeah, because we can see that Team Ravalda picking the Yena, picking the rest. That's a really good pick versus an Alice because of Alice can just going in front, just dive in, but Yena and Raz can just flank on the side for Team Liyab. But Liyab picking the Richter and the KC, that's a really good pick to deny the flanking from Raz and Yena.
Yeah, Richter can just, poke anyone from a longer reach. Crixie can also match up the Raz. I mean, the range is there, so at least she can be safe from a distance from the pokes that this Raz can throw up. But I just want to answer one of the questions from our viewers on YouTube. They're asking from which country, although I couldn't understand, but I'm guessing the question was from which countries these teams are from. Liyab Esports, it is a Philippine represent. Meanwhile, Ravalda FC is from Indonesia. Am I right, Mikos? Mikos?
Yep, Ravalda FC is from Indonesia. If yeah, because of Ravalda FC is the name is get from one of the AOV, also AOV casters in
Yeah.
Indonesia though. But I think if our production want she to be casted in APLs, we can also get
Oh
her. I
yeah,
think.
why not? Why not?
Yeah, yeah,
Definitely.
because
People would love that. I mean, casting for your team. Well, we have to admit that's what I'm doing right now. That's what I'm doing right now.
yeah.
It's Liyab Esports represent, but of course we have to avoid the bias. Going back to the draft. All right, we can see a pain ban in here since there's no jungler as of yet. Being picked by Liyab Esports. So, what are the options for Liyab Esports in here for the jungler, or maybe
Yeah, I think,
the
mhm.
lacking hero or role so far for their composition?
They already have the Alice for the frontliner. They have the Richter onto might be onto the dark slave lane. Crazy into the mid lane. They doesn't have a marksman and a jungler. I think if they using the Alice and the Richter, they need one. I think warrior jungler because of they need some one frontliner to back up the
Mm-hmm.
Alice and the Richter with the damage they can provide, like a rogue or maybe a.
Mm-hmm.
Because if with my team, I would love to go with this composition. I would love to go with a warrior arrow onto the jungle lane.
Oh, let's see if this is gonna happen though. Ooh, Fennec jungler on the side of Ravalda FC. Huh.
Oh,
We haven't been seeing a lot of Fennec lately, but it seems like this is something that Ravalda
oh,
FC
yo.
want to pull off. Fennec is really fast in terms of turret pushing, in terms of going for objectives. Because his skills, his ability can deal some damage on the turrets, on the structures. What more if this Fennec gets a lot of protection coming from the Wyro or Wiro as well as the Yina? They can just circle around this Fennec and Fennec can just free it. But meanwhile, this Elsu is getting a lock on the AD side of Liyab Esports. Any thoughts about that, Mikos?
I think the LCP is really good because they have the Crixie and the Elsu. They can just poke because of the composition for Ravalda FC is a dive composition. So if they need to dive, they need to have much health. They need to be healthy to dive in. So, but if Elsu and Crixie can chuck them down before they dive, so that's a really good I think formation that can be used by Leah because of the also the snap deals great damage and the
Yeah.
Crixie. I think the Crixie is one or is two. I doesn't remember. I don't play Crixie, but I'm sorry about that. But if they poking and poke because of also can poke Fennec and
Yeah.
Fennec with the low health, so they cannot just execute the jump. So that's a really good
It
pick for Team
seems
Leah.
like Liyab Esports picked this LC to match up the capability of the Fennec in terms of going for fast objectives. We know that other AD laner heroes that is fast in terms of turret pushing. If it's an archer, it's Elsu, other than Fennec, because just a few hits in the turret. Let's assume this is a complete item Elsu.
Mm-hmm.
He just needs
All
like
right.
one and a half maybe hits against a turret. So
Yeah, because
that's gonna be a fast objective.
yeah, because of what we can see that I think that El pick is really good because we can see Raz, Fennec, Vienna, and Rioma. Also with the Viro, that is an early composition coming from Avada FC. So if that Crixie and Zappis can sustain in the early game, it might be going for first game to Liyab though.
Endless cycle, we can see that on three members of Liyab Esports, while there are two on the side of Ravalda FC. Meanwhile, in terms of Arctic Orb, three as well. It's the same. Three on the side of Liyab and two
Nope,
on the side of Ravalda
two.
FC.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
so Wiro Sabling is going into the satu lawan satu Wiro Sabling.
Ooh, everyone's gonna be poking each other out in the middle lane. For
Yeah.
the meantime, whoever gets least HP will be the loser basically. But they force no one in terms of going back to their base, so everyone's fine. But for the meantime, we're gonna have a pause coming from the side of Team Ravalda FC. So in terms of composition, let's talk about the composition. Which composition do you like best, in your opinion? Just the draft itself.
As a draft, I like more to Liyab, but if because of we can see the early game composition is coming from Ravalda FC. If they play a little bit aggressive, look at what Edward can do into the mid lane. They just give us a damage into 2 men from Liyab, so that's a really good damage they can provide by Viro into the early game. So, but if they go into the late game, I might go into for Liyab though.
Yeah, totally, especially with a one-hit LC. But looking at the mid lane, we can see a poke happening right now. Zatra's in here, forced to dash away, making use of his flicker to save his life. Oh, that was a burn on this early minute. Game time, Edward is super low in the bottom lane, though I think he is in danger right now, getting caught up by Zeus. So was his Dawn. Ooh, saved his life thanks to the passive, but then again, first blood is going to Dawn.
Yeah, that's Edward plays. He just know his health is so super much low, but he just doesn't go home to just regenerate. But that onto the top side.
Migi as well got caught off having a low HP, just like what you were mentioning. If you are low on health, just go home. Don't overextend, don't overstay. But he didn't follow 2 of the members for both of the teams. Meanwhile, onto the middle lane, 1v2 ongoing right now. Rubik's going so low. Let's see if he'll be able to go back to safety. Yes, he did. Thanks to Zeus, but they're chasing. They are being chased by 3 members of Ravalda FC, and Zeus will fall down.
Oh, Migi has been chasing them. Migi gonna run away. One dashes one. Oh my god! Look at Ravalda FC. They know that they have the early damage though. They're just going in. You trade some trades. Get 2 kills versus 2-1 because that Zeppis has been killed 1 time. And it's not Zeppis, right? It's Richter. Sorry, the Richter has been killed 1 time by the Fennec. If you give the Fennec kills and go into the early game, it might be a scary Fox into the mid game though.
Yeah, they stole away the buff from Rubik's. Definitely Rubik's will be starving and may need to catch up in terms of farm. But as we can see, almost left alone was Elsu onto the bottom lane part of the map. Meanwhile, there's a poke coming from Edward for Zeus. They gotta find a better position in terms of contesting the Abyssal Dragon Kratos. But apparently this is something that is already well contested by Ravalda FC, and unfortunately, Liyab Esports won't be able to get a steal on that. Oh, in the bottom lane.
Okay, as if it has been thrown into meta. One snap Gambit. Gambit missed on that snap.
Apparently not.
Yeah, I think Liyab just want to contest the Abyssal Dragon, but Don has already used his Bonefall into the mid lane versus Zatra, so I think they don't want to commit because they doesn't have enough damage to deal with into the mid lane right now. Edward is in trouble.
Oh, trouble indeed, getting poked out, and looks like he will fall down thanks to the passive, though there's a little bit of life. Rubik's getting pushed under the turret of Ravalda FC. Zatras will fall down. There's an exchange of kills. Zeus will stun the hell out of Edward, saving the rest of his members' life. But they're not yet done. Look at the chase that is currently happening into the bottom jungle part of the map. But while that is happening, you can see another blue buff was stolen away by Ravalda FC. This is starving Liyab Esports.
Yeah, look at how they play. 2 men people just chase down the team of Liyab, and another 2 just go into plunger the team of Liyab. You can see the gap is coming a long way right now, 9k to 10k and a half. So the Liyab might want to do something to the death for Rubik. Doesn't hit anybody.
Look at that. Don, though, having a little bit of a problem, making use of his Arctic Orb to save his life. That succeeded, and the rest will just fall back.
Yeah, because this is the early game though. Because Ravalda FC has the early composition. They played well aggressively, but onto the mid game, we want to see how Rubik's handle it. We can see the Zappis and the Elsur might be going online onto the mid game though. Jump on Migi.
down for Miggy. Is that gonna be happening? Madog Seaso as is Frozy in here is about to back away. Zatras getting chased down by Rubik's. Gambit will get a kill. A lot of team fights or skirmish is happening from here and there. And we almost couldn't follow, but in the end, this is a chance for Liyab Esports to take a push onto the bottom lane part of the map.
Yeah, look at how Gambit just chucked down that tower with just 3 to 4 normal attacks. That's really good. High damage L2 though, but if that L2 lands a normal attack or the snipe onto Ravalda FC, that might be leaving Ravalda FC onto the blue buff on top.
Oh, Rubik was able to secure their very own buff. Frezzy forced to dash away. Zatrak though incoming. Let's see what is going to happen. Is this going to turn the tables around? One member from the side of Ravalda FC will fall down. They're chasing Edward as well. Edward with a passive. Will he survive? Madog Sia with a backup. But this is 5-member Liyab. What will they be able to do? No casualties. I guess that's still a good thing for Ravalda FC team.
Yeah, Ravalda FC deal that job, deal that they just want that blue buff, but Liyab Rubik get his blue buff, so that doesn't matter. But how Ravalda FC handled that situation that they suffer one death for Zatras, but they take the middle tower though. That's a really positive income for the team of Ravalda. They trade 1 kill for 1 objective, so things still Gucci in the 7 minutes time.
That's Gucci indeed. So there's an exchange of objectives as well. Liyab Esports will get the Spirit Sentinel. Meanwhile, Ravalda FC with that Abyssal Dragon created onto the bottom part of the map. Might just be a 1v1 in the bottom lane part of the map. We'll see what will happen. Might Golem getting contested, getting stolen by Madog Sia. Sorry for that, Miggy. No secure for you for the side of Liyab Esports. Oh no, the Sage Golem as well is getting contested by Dark Lord. Dark Lords, and I wonder who took it away. I think it was Gambit, right?
Yeah.
And the fight still continues. Let's see what will happen. Madog Sia just, creating space, trying to zone out the members of Liyab Esports, and they have succeeded.
Yeah, they took 2 buff for the side of Liyab. That's a really aggressive gameplay for the team of Ravalda though. They just look at because of how the fights that Liyab won on the top side, they're near the gap of the goal, but now Team Ravalda, they say nope, we want the gap to be
Edward with a flicker out, but apparently they just burned the flicker. He will still fall to that. Onto the bottom lane, 1v2 ongoing right now. A backup incoming from Don and the rest of the gang of Liyab Esports, but in the end, Miki will fall down onto the hands of Ravalda FC team. The map control, Mikos, is still in favor of Ravalda FC. What is Ravalda doing super well on this game?
Oh, that's a really good question, Kaisaya, because we can see how the Ryoma, the Mad Dog Saga, and the Yena plays. They focus on one lane and push because of with Vero, Raz, and the Fennec just total up then fight 4-man people, 3-man people from Team Liyab because of giving the space of Ryoma and Yena to be pushing other lane because they focus on 3 lanes. They doesn't focus on just 1 lane. So that's a really good space that it gives to Fennec though.
And there's Sage Golem fight once more. Gon will get a kill. There's a push coming from Edward, but I wonder if that will just let him die. Still a free hitting Frezzy in here onto the back line, but Gambit is getting the damage that he needs already. Getting a kill away from Team Ravalda FC. 2 members down from the side of Ravalda. Might just be a chance for Rubik to steal away the Abyssal Dragon Kratos. They haven't gotten any Dragon as of yet, but Frezzy in here, 2v1 got stolen by the Fennec. Oh my goodness, that hurts a lot. You know that feeling when you started something, but in the end, it got used by someone else.
Stolen though, yeah.
Yeah.
But you can see how Liyab handled that. They won the fight onto the mid lane, but they doesn't push any up lane. So Rubin might come from that here. They push onto the top lane. They got the tower, but onto the bottom side, they doesn't push. They give you some free space to Liyab though. They might suffer another lost tower though, because of how they doesn't manage their mid wave.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the multitasking that Ravalda FC has been doing since the start of the game, it's giving a lot of pressure to Liyab Esports to go for objectives. Meanwhile, as you can see, look at the fight that's happening onto the bottom lane. Might just be another turret that Ravalda FC will be taken down. It looks like yes, indeed, because Zatras is not living this side. And there you go, 3 inhibitor turrets remaining for Liyab Esports.
Yeah, you can see how they managed to do it. Dark Rock, Yena onto the top side, they're pushing onto the mid side, they have Vero also push onto the bottom side, they have Fanning and the right. So 3-lane push, that's giving a little headache for the team of Liyab, because you can see how Liyab doesn't have the management of their creep. They want to fight onto the mid lane, they push only one tower onto the top, they get the top lane, but they suffer 2 lanes onto their side. So that means that Ravalda FC still have the advantage even though they lost the fight.
Now, maybe the question in mind for our viewers as well. Now, we have answered what did Ravalda FC did great from the start of the game. And you answered yes, their minion flow management. And maybe now we ask, what can Liyab Esports do this time? But I think we gotta hold that thought. No, they're not gonna go for a fight because okay, they pretty much accept the fact that they are lacking in terms of the equipment, because look at the lead that Ravalda FC has. They can't just go all in team fight maybe.
Yeah, they can go because they have the Zappies, they have the damage from Gambit, they have the support from the allies. I think they need to take one fight that they can win and just push all lanes to just giving some breathe space or to close the goal gap. So because of this is a late game, this is already reaching into the late game. We have the late game Rubik, we have the late game Elsu. Look at that Moonfall.
There you go, they're continuing the fight right now. There's a Dark Slayer onto the hands of Ravalda FC. Edward is slow, but I do believe that the passive is still there. Then again, all of the members for each teams are complete, no casualties, but who took away the blue buff? Hold on, let me see. Okay, Rubix was able to secure the very own blue buff of Team Liyab Esports, but for the meantime, since Ravalda FC got the Dark Slayer, it's gonna be defense mode for Liyab Esports. They gotta stay high ground because, you know, they can fight outside of their base. They have to create space for the Elsu to free hit. But that's easier said than done.
Yes. Yeah, I think they have to fight inside of their base because of how they can poke to deny the dive from the team of Ravalda. But if they fight outside of their base, they can suffer 2-lane push for the side of Ravalda. Though they need to compile how they want to fight this and how they gonna finish this game. But the kill is still onto the side of Liyab. They can fight this because they have the damage, they have the poke for the side of Gambit and Dawn. So this is a late game Quixie. It might be scary for Team Ravalda.
They just gotta be very careful on getting caught by the pokes coming from the Raz. Edward is actually just going in between turrets now. They gotta be very careful in here. Turrets have just fallen down in here in the mid as well as in the bottom lane.
Oh, Rubik
kind of overextending in there. Edward though, super low in health, but the passive is there. Migi super low, but just 1v1ing this Zatras onto the top lane. The Raz will fall down. Ultimate coming from Gambit as well, free hitting some of the few members of Team Ravalda FC. Meanwhile, onto the top lane, almost to falling down. The inhibitor turret onto the top. Look at that, 3 members left for Ravalda FC. Meanwhile, Liyab Esports are still all alive. Is this the light of hope for Liyab Esports? That is the question.
Yeah, that's what I said. They can fight because they are so tanky. They have the damage. They have the destruct from the allies. So the thing is, they need to push out some lanes because of they need to open their map because of how look at Mad Dog Saga and the Episode Dragon want to steal it, but look at the damage for the team of Liyab. They can just compile it and take down the Episode Dragon, but they lost 2 lanes already, 2 inhibitors onto the bottom side and the mid lane. One One tower left for the team of Liyab. I've seen team
And
from
this
the
is about to
Philippines.
fall
clutch.
down.
Yeah, I think because of the okay, we are missing Twitch in this Liyab composition right now. Liyab players, because of I've seen Twitch clutch one tower with
actually.
Brand Esport though.
Well, it is Gambit, playing right now on the AD side. And actually, I was about to mention that a while ago. It's just that because there's a lot of things happening in the game, there was no room to actually make a mention of that. But now you have mentioned, there we go. Team fight is ongoing right now. Edward super low, 2 fights ongoing onto the map. And as we can see, Zatras has fallen down. There's a lot of HP bars going. So Mickey, as well as Rivix, about to fall down. But Gambit will kill the hell out of Zatras in here. Mig is still sustaining and still all alive. And everyone in here is still scattered, finding the right target that they could find. Suzy is just super tanky, regenerating HP. But then again, he will just go down, going back alive, and going down again. Oh my goodness. 4 members, Liyab Esports, all alive. But you gotta be very careful because, there is the endless cycle available, and the members from the side of Ravalda FC who have just fallen down just like the Fennec is still back alive, and they got a Drake on the top lane part of the map.
Yeah, look at how Liyab managed that fight. They can win, but they want to contest the Dark Slayer without the Crixie. That's a really bold move from Liyab though, because of the damage coming from Crixie is really really important for the team of Liyab, because we can see how Crixie arrived late into the fight and just giving team Liyab a little bit horsepower or manpower for the team of Liyab. So they managed to win the fight. But you can see how Ravalda FC just revived and pushed 3 lanes again. You can see that. Okay, there's a fight.
There you go, the fight once more. Zatras is super low. Everyone's trying to fall back, but you gotta be very careful onto the base. Dark Lord, the Yina is there to make a push. There's a lot of pressure that Ravalda FC is putting down. The super low, this Arctic Orb popping up, but then again, he will just fall down, and everyone is in here still trying to hold on to the base. Yena is trying to finish, but there you go, Ravalda FC will take the win for game 1.
Oh my god, while on the fight, Yena just finished the game. I don't give a damn what you're gonna fight, but I want this first win. That's really great play for that Yena though.
Yeah,
Oh
super exciting, super heated match for the first series of tonight. I mean, just the right way to start a program, something like that. It's kudos to both teams. I mean, they showed us a really good fight, and look at that. Yena, Dark Lord's actually is one of the best Yena in the server, and Zatras is one of the best Raz users in the server as well. Respect.
Respect. But you can see how Team Ravalda, despite losing on kills 15-11, but they have the pressure onto the Liyab. The Liyab cannot do anything though. Despite they have the late game composition, but the early composition, they dominate from the early to the late game though. That's a really good game for the Team Ravalda.
Yes, indeed. And I guess we need to calm down, guys. So, for the meantime, we will be heading on to a really short break for our game to cheer up for your teammates. Those who have been missing the first game, they can still catch up on game 2. So, let them know as to where they can watch the live stream on YouTube and on Facebook. For the meantime, again, short break. We're your shoutcasters. I'm Kaisaya, and with me is Mikos. We'll be back.
Yep, rehat dulu.
And we are back for our
Blue
second
team's
game of the
turn
first
to
series
ban.
for day 4 of Arena of Valor Progress League Season 1. We're Shoutcasters. I'm Kaisaya, and with me is Mikos. Hey Mikos!
Yeah, I
Liyab
just.
Esports now has a dent on their record. They got a lose already.
Yep, they have just one lose, but they played very well onto the first game. But I think Liyab needs to come back to even the score because of we know how Liyab plays. I think they just lost into the drafting phase versus the Ravalda FC, but I think we might see a 1-1 into this first series.
Let's see. Well, for you, going back on the first game a while ago, what could have been made better? Like, was also a bad pick? I mean, he's kind of like, yes, he got that fast movement speed when he's near walls, but was it, a slight advantage? We know that like the lineup of Ravalda FC was like super mobile.
Yeah,
Like,
because
having the Fennec.
they have the Fennec, they have the Yena, they have the Ryoma on to the Ravalda FC. But if they also pick substituted with Hayate, it might be a little bit heavy onto the Hayate onto the early game though because no Hayate have the dashes, have the Kunai Blitz. You can use the Kunai Blitz to run away or to give damage into the enemy team. Because you can see Hayate
Could
is
have been a
really
different
big for,
story.
yeah, it could be a different story for the team of Liyab because we know that Hayate is really strong into the early game and a monster into the late game, so it might be a different story.
Agong Cho was asking, where is Kaisaya FC? I don't know where Kaisaya FC. Anyone want to apply for my team? I'm just kidding.
Red team's turn to pick.
Anyway, okay, Elandor. Well, Liyab Esports, I don't know why they did not ban out any heroes in here. Was that a strategy to open things up? But sometimes teams do tend to forget, especially in community tournaments, especially if they're still in the middle of discussing things. Now, what do we ban? What do we ban next? What's missing? You gotta make use of that slot to ban at least a hero that you don't really want to give out to your opponent, especially that Ravalda FC is first pick here.
Yeah, because of, if that was their strategy, they're giving Elandor, Laville, and also Direct to be open for the team of Ravalda. But I think if you just open it, they give the Elandor to the team of Ravalda. They might take in the Laville, but they take the Yena and Zenial instead. So that's a really good synergy pick for the team of Liyab. The Yena and the Zenial, they can just switch if they're middle of team fights. The Zenials go in on the first and just Yena substitute with the Zenial, Zenial ulti onto the Yena. So that's a really good pick. Synergy pick for the team of Liyab.
Definitely agree on that one, because basically at the same time, sustain wise, Liyab Esports got it on their first 2 picks, but Elandor, Dirac, does a lot of magic damage, and it's not just simple magic damage. It can get multiplied if it's an Elandor, and at the same time, you gotta be careful on that ultimate coming from Dirac, because he can just like reach you from a very far location. You thought you're gonna be safe, but you'll be surprised. Oh, there's the Kamehame wave.
But I think picking the Zenial is questionable here because of versus the Elandor, like you said, because of Elandor into the early game can just check down Zenial, because Zenial is the tank that I think that cannot sustain more than 10 seconds in the fight.
Let's see about that. Yes, we're trying to theorize some of the things that might happen if they pick this, if they pick that. But it's just gonna be definitely gonna boil out on the execution of the teams. Like a while ago, we said that might just be a Liyab Esports lineup, but apparently no, because execution-wise, it got won by Ravalda FC. So let's see that in here. But we're still gonna do that voting later on, just for the draft itself. So going back, Fennec was stolen by, or was secured this time by Liyab Esports. Any thoughts so far in the first 3 picks of Liyab?
Yeah, the first pick of Liyab is because we see for the first game that Ravalda FC plays the aggressive comp. but in the second game, we see that Liyab is going for the aggressive comp. They have the Yana, they can dive, Fenix also can dive, and Zeno also can dive. So I think I think Liyab is changing the play style because they desperate need that 1 point.
Definitely.
Yeah, because of the Fenix will be onto the jungle. The Zeno support the Yena might be AD or a Dark Slayer. So because of the Yena versus the Omen, I think that's a win for Yena though.
Yeah, and you know what? To be honest, I'm also wondering if the lineup of Liyab Esports is getting affected right now because it's actually a substitute playing at the moment. We know that before it is Gambit being part of the main 5 of Liyab Esports as the mid laner, but we saw Gambit play as an ADC a while ago, and apparently it didn't work out. But he's the one coaching the team right now, so. You know, part of me is just thinking might it be a factor, but let's just see later on. Going back to the last 2 highlighted picks of team. Yeah. Quite tanky.
Yeah, quite tanky because of the Fenix. If the Fenix goes into the late game, Malok and Richter can just sustain the damage from the Fenix, so that's a really good pick. Malok and Richter in the
There you go. You were looking for Hayate a while ago. He's here. 2 marksman composition for Liyab Esports. Seems like they're gonna go all out in terms of DPS output, right?
They have much of DPS with Hayate and the Fenix,
10
but
seconds remaining.
versus a Malok, 2 marksmen versus a Malok, so that's really.
Actually, though, yes, the Malok is quite tanky against these 2 marksmen, but at the later part of the stage, actually, Hayate is a good counter against the Malok because of the true damage coming up from this Hayate. So I think it's just that Liyab Esports needs to make sure that they're gonna make it up to the late game, or at least early game time they get the item and the farm that they need as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think the good matchup between Malok and the Hayate, but I think in game Malok is not going for Hayate though, because of Malok might be going on to Rubik's, and the Hayate will be fighting with the Richter. That's really scary for Hayate. Yeah,
definitely. Let's see though. Meantime, they're gonna do a grand eyeball in the middle lane. I don't know what I said.
What?
Yeah, the grand EB. There you go, mid-up game.
Can you explain?
It's like, you know, meeting your friends for the first time if you met them from online, and then you're gonna meet for the first time somewhere, and both of the teams decided to meet up in the mid lane. Well, anyway, okay, in the bottom lane, look at that. Gambit forced to make use of his flicker really early. It got burned because there were 2 members coming from Ravalda FC, but meanwhile, look at that. A potential steal, but Dom was able to secure the very... Oh no! Red buff! And at the same time, 2 kills in favor of Liyab Esports on the top lane part of the map. This is so far looking good for Liyab Esports early game time.
Yeah, early game is looking because of Lia has the early damage with Biggie as he into the early game with the disrupt from the Ignis. So that's a really good damage coming from the Ignis into the early game. So 2 kills. There's a secure for the team of Lia.
Right, you almost can't move on that one. They're going to be matching up the CC or the crowd control that was provided by Zatras on the mid lane in here. So as you can see, a rotation incoming onto the top lane because of course 6 seconds from now that Spirit Sentinel is about to go up. But in the meantime, they're gonna poke out the Rack onto the middle lane. Team fight ongoing right now. Freddy is in here as well, targeting Don. Let's see what is gonna be happening on Don. Oh, but look at that! A Furia overextended move by our marksman coming from the side of Ravalda. Migi gets a double kill and they're not yet even done. Will this be a triple kill? Apparently not, because Maddox Saja was able to flicker out.
Yeah, because we can see how just we can see Frenzy just going in full force onto the Dawn, but Mickey on the side, just give us the damage and take 1 or 2 kills for the side of Team Liyab. That's a really good counter for the team of Liyab onto the early game. 4-0. Congratulations, Liyab.
4-0 indeed. Let's see how far they can keep out onto this, because they have to be consistent, right? Because we know that is an Elandor on the side of Ravalda FC, and we know a very good Elandor player can still, just basically maneuver between the butterflies that he throws out. But for the meantime, might call him in here. There will be no kill for Frezzy. Sorry.
Yeah,
On the top.
Onto the bottom side. Gambit has really hard time versus the Richter.
He can't do anything yet but to play safe while the rest of his members are in here with him. Especially like he's getting guarded by Edward, as well as was that the Richter? Ooh, look at that. Will this be another skirmish? Are they gonna be continuing? Dark Lord is here, getting poked down. There's this oh, that's an early Arctic Orb. Getting used down, ultimate coming up from Malok, targeting Zeus, getting hold down. Zeus, it seems like he is about to fall down just like that. The ultimate coming up from the Durak as well. I think he killed 2. Yes, indeed, that's a double kill. Miggy trying to back away in ultimate form, though, will be surviving thanks to the kill coming up from the Samir. The ultimate coming up from the Hayate, killing 1 more member from the side of Ravalda FC.
Yeah, look at that much of damage from Rubik to take down the Malok. The damage for the Gambit and Rubik is already quite online into the early game. You can see how they managed to just counter attack for the team of Ravalda. Ravalda gets 2 kills, but 1 kill from the team Liyab. That's very crucial. They take down the Malok. So onto the bottom side, they have
Maddoxia in here flickering out, but apparently will be dying onto the hands of Zeus. Now, Edward, just holding on to his turret, right? Go ahead.
I listened to my voice that bounce back from you that a little bit delay, so don't worry.
Oh, I see. It's Discord's fault. But going back to the team fight, look at that middle lane being forced down. Oh, Frenzy making use of his Arctic Orb. Nice figure out, but apparently seems like, I really like that maneuver, but apparently I think he went onto the wrong side.
Yeah, because of the butterfly is already there, so that's a really good diversity coming from Frenzy though, because he just go back to save. I think it's just to save Zeta from being dead. But onto the bottom side, matchup.
Maddoxia in here. I think he's got the wrong route to go back to safety. Everyone from the side of Liyab Esports was clumping on that area. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what's happening onto the top lane. Rubik's in here, just basically farming right now. There's a chance for Liyab Esports to actually make a push in the bottom lane, but 2 members from the side of Ravalda FC said, no, we're not gonna let you take a push on any of our turrets. This is looking lovely. This is almost 6-minute game time, but there are no turrets that have fallen down yet.
Yeah, because of Liyab has the advantage early game, but I think Ravalda FC has the advantage on the minimum wave, because we can see how Liyab rotation that 3-man people onto the bottom side, but the mid tower has been pushed by Team Ravalda, so that's not a really good gameplay coming from Liyab. But onto the bottom side, there's a fight.
Fight indeed, 4v3 ongoing right now, and we're making use of his ultimate to go back to safety. But meanwhile, onto the top lane, Miggy just killed 1 member from the side of Ravalda. Would be coming up from Zeus as well to, give some life and HP for Miggy to protect him from potential death from that Elandor.
Yeah, because we see how Yena can fight the Elandor, but with that kind of health, I think that Yena is going to be potentially die. Oh, bottom side.
Bottom side again. Diving in. I mean, they're going to be very confident already. There's 3 of them, plus they got a good minion wave. Who wouldn't be confident on actually going for that? Middle lane though.
Double tower for the team of Liyab onto the early game, but then the Zeus coming in onto the mid side.
There's the pro coming in, shock coming from the Malok. Frezzy will die, and they're not yet even done. Rolling in this Rubik's this thanks to the Arctic Orb, or else he could have died as well. by being a little bit greedy on trying to get that Malak. But yeah, thanks to the Archicorp.
Yeah, because of if Rubik gets the Malok is denying the Malok to get fed into the mid game or the late game, because of if the Malok has been fed, it's just going to go into the backline, disrupt any information that coming from Team Liyab. So that's a really good. That's greedy is really good for the Rubik's, but yeah, he knows that he has the ulti up, so survive at the end. So yeah, so that I think. Team Ravalda needs to open something or dive in with the Malok. We can see how the formation coming. There are 3-man people onto the mid side and 4-man chasing Dartlock onto the blue buff right now. So
Yeah,
Liyab is
it's like-
currently dominating.
Yeah, and they are trying to. Well, it's quite obvious though. The plan in here is like to hold the area where the Dark Slayer is. But as you can see in here, Edward is low in HP. Dark Lord's gonna be very careful in his position. Miggy is on his ultimate form. They're gonna go all in here. Dark Lord will fall down. Zapdos is in a dangerous position as well. Miggy going in and a flicker in as well. Shock coming from the Malak. I wonder what he can do. Imagine going in, but you have to go out because you're not sure anymore. And Rubix and the rest of the gang will try to put a little bit more pressure. Meanwhile, Maddox, yeah, getting a good push on the bottom lane part of the map.
Yeah, I think that jump for the Malok, that's really, I think he just misclicked it because he knows that he just the team just lost that fight, but he's going to shoot the shot. So
I'm not
he's
sure about that as well.
Yeah, he's lucky that he's not suffering any death. So
Right,
he's going onto the view.
Oh, Ignis is as well getting problematic from the side of Ravalda because the CC almost cannot move. Plus, of course, the magic damage that it does. Well, anyway.
The pick of that Ignis makes that Malok doesn't even work in this game though. That's a really good pick, but Frenzy is done with the ultimate.
Maddox, yeah, creating a space. Miggy, though, trying to peel off Freddy here on the back line. And it was a success. No more Freddy or that Elandor from the side of Ravalda FC. Dark Lord trying to put a pressure on the bottom lane part of the map, but doesn't seem to be a problem with the rest of the gang of Liyab Esports as the rest will continue to just clear off the minion waves on the top as well as on the mid.
Yeah, they have the double lane, they have the Dark Slayer onto putting onto the top side. So it might be one tower, they have to mid tower has been down, and might be going into the top tower, but there's no minion waves. They already 5 bad people from Liyab is already arrived onto the bottom side right now. So you gotta be going in with the Dark Lord. Oh my god. Oh my god, the damage.
Happened to Dark Lord? Why did he overextend? Well, anyway, Inverter on the top lane will fall down. Frezzy getting a lot of damage from Miggy as well. There's the heal coming from Zeus at the same time. They are lacking one member. Zatras will fall down as well. 3 members left for the team. Ravalda and their ultimate coming up from Hayate at the same time. This could potentially end, and this is gonna be it. Liyab Esports will win the second game.
Yep, 1-on-1. Liyab Esports take the second game, but you can see how Liyab just played a little bit more aggressive. I think aggressive is that their playstyle though, because of how onto the first game they played a little passive. They suffered a huge loss versus the Ravalda FC, but in the second game they beat Ravalda FC like nothing matters. 20-2.
As you can see as well, Mikos, from the first game as well as the second game, Fennec was there. Fennec was there, right?
Yeah.
Rubix was saying something in here. I'm the best Fennec in the server, by the way.
Yeah, Fennec doesn't die even once though.
Yeah, even once. Actually, yeah, 3 members from the side of Liyab Esports. I mean, that was a dominating match, and they took advantage of the capability of the Fennec to fast clear jungle. I mean, he's one of the fastest junglers in the current hero pool of Arena of Valor. But yeah, congratulations to both of the teams because they got 1 point. It's just that Liyab Esports got a dent on their rankings at the moment because they got 1 lose from Ravalda FC. But yeah, still a good fight. But for the meantime, guys, there's a lot of more actions that you're gonna be seeing on this live stream, because our next series is going to be Fantastic Five versus Kalasag. So share the
Yep.
live stream, wait for us after a few minutes because we will be back. Once again, we're Shoutcasters. I'm Kaisaya, and with me is Mikos.
Yeah,
See you
like
in a bit.
Yep.
ladies and gentlemen, once again we are back for the Arena of Valor Progress League Season 1. We are on our day 4, and what you'll be seeing next is our second series for tonight, Fantastic 5 versus Kalasag. This time, your casters will be me, Kaisaya, and I am with Arthilian Gaming. Hello there, Arth.
Woo! Thank you for that nice introduction, Miss Kaisaya. And yeah, we're gonna be seeing Kalasag, a Philippine team, versus Fantastic 5, an Indonesia team. So yeah.
Ooh, yes, indeed. And to those who haven't shared the live stream, guys, share the live stream now. Let our
team's
community
turn to
in
ban.
Indonesia, in Malaysia, and Singapore, and Philippines know that an APL is happening. So there you go. We're heading on to the drafting phase on the blue side. That is Team Kalasag from the
Turn
Philippines, just
to
like
ban.
what Arth have mentioned. And on the right side is Fantastic 5 coming from Indonesia. Okay, these two teams are in the mid and in the bottom of the rankings right now.
Yes.
And Kalasag needs to catch up a lot.
Yes, they need to catch up really, and I think they, yeah, like for the previous matches, they have, the skills, but then I think Kalasag needs to focus
Team's turn
on
to ban.
really focusing on studying also other teams like the respect
The hero
bands.
picks,
Yeah.
I do agree on that. And one of the mostly respected band in here is actually Florentina. And we're seeing another Florentina band. So regardless of sometimes who they're going up against with, they will respect this hero. Because,
Team's
if
turn to ban.
even if you don't have this hero, like, even if you're not the best server, let's just put it that way, even if you're not the best server Florentino, for as long as you can use this hero or you know the ins and out of this hero, he can actually
that's right.
outwin or outwin a 1v3 even or a 1v2 fight, given that he has the items that he needs.
Wow, I like the bans from both teams, the Leville and also the Elandor. I'm a marksman player, so I know the threat coming in from Elandor if it's not banned. And also for Leville, the late game possibilities for those heroes are very dangerous.
Yeah, Laville hurts just so much, especially when his passive is up. Like, you just can't escape. I mean, it's gonna chase you all the way to where you are. But for the meantime, good poke source in here coming from a Richter pick from the side of Kalasag. We don't know yet if this is gonna be plays on the side lanes or if it's gonna be a support.
Wow, I like the pick coming in from Malok. Vinso Gaming picking on Malok. I like Malok personally, like the tankiness, the engage, and the last skill. It scales very well in the late game.
Pain as well. I mean, he's squishy, yes, indeed, but provided that he gets the free will, there were no crowd control source from his opponent, he can definitely just burst down a lot of targets in the area where he is going to be landing to. But for the meantime, there's the Razlak as well as the Hayate lock from the side of Kalasag. What can you say about this two second and third pick from the side of Kalasag?
I think they need to really plan out like Hayate Wumbo combo, I guess. And for Raz, Raz is a very mechanical hero. I'm not sure if they have good handles for Raz, but yeah, just looking at the combo, Richter, Raz combo, and Hayate, I think they need a tank that can provide them a good set for this Wumbo combo to happen.
Yeah. I mean, they can just as well rely on the pokes that Richter might pull off, or maybe Raz might pull off. I mean, someone needs to front line, unless they really can pull off a poke strategy in here.
Turn to ban.
But Hayate, let's say, it's a good counter against the Malok, especially during the late game time.
Yes,
The
that's
Malok's HP is just gonna be melting down if there's the true damage coming up from the Hayate. But look at that, Yina, another quite tacky hero on the side of
damage
Fantastic
pick.
5.
But as you can see, Malok is a counter, but a counter to that is maybe switching Malok's heal to Flicker, because I personally use I don't use heal for Malok. The reason why is I don't trust anybody. I always solo heal, and I don't trust them. But yeah, it's either heal or flicker. But I like the combo late game. Just use the first skill and then flicker in. Wait for the first skill to stack. That's how I play. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Fantastic 5 is going to more sustain in here so that they can tank all the damage, soak all the damage that Kalasag might throw against Fantastic 5, because they potentially just want to circle in the pain so that the pain will be on the safer side. So Ryoma in here will be another source. So definitely this is gonna be okay. Oh, hold a thought. Will there be no marksman on the side of
I'm
Fantastic
guessing
5? I've
they're
been
gonna-
wondering because there's a lot of warriors.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be having 2 Dark Slayer lanes, and then it's a mystery pick for me. See, they're doing
Same,
mind
same.
games. Yeah.
But they have been pulling this kind of lineup lately, or like when I casted from last night. So they don't care if they don't have a marksman, provided that they can pull off the strategy that they want to pull off. Like
Yes, that's right.
they like team fight engages, and let's see, maybe it's something that they want to pull off. But yeah, we're not yet done anyway. So there's still a lot of things that might happen in here.
Yes. But yeah, investing marksman comp or double marksman comp is a risk. So I think the risk coming in from Fantastic 5 is they might not opt to get a marksman, but instead get an assassin that can deal out like burst damage to Raz, Crick, or Hayate before they can do the damage. So let's see. It's still a mystery pick for Yash, but let's just wait and see, Miss Kaisaya.
Yeah. 19 seconds remaining. But for the meantime, okay, Baldum and Crick Nap. Oh, there you go. A Batman.
Kinda risky early game strategy.
This is all out. Like, let's go for team fights. So it looks like the Batman is gonna be the jungler, Pain's gonna be on the mid, Malok is the support, and there will be 2 warrior side laners for the side of Fantastic 5. I like how Fantastic 5, well, people from the live chat are saying Fantastic 5 is trolling, but it seems like not really the trolling, but it seems like they're exploring. Let's just put it that way. Like, they're exploring in terms of they don't want to make use of the default. Like, okay, it has to be like ADC, or it has to be like there should be at least 1 ADC on the lineup. I mean, we've seen this before, like way back before in the older meta of Arena of Valor. A marksman or an archer is not always needed.
Yes, and I think they just want to try out new strategies, and coming in from the side of
Welcome to Arena of Valor.
Fantastic 5, they're open to new strategies that can deal with those kinds of lineups. So yeah, let's just wait and see. Don't judge yet, guys. It's still too early. So this is game 1. This is Kalasag versus Fantastic 5. So enjoy, guys.
Let us do enjoy. Onto the middle lane. There you go, 4 members. Oh, look at that Gandalf. He was forced to actually make use of his flicker to dash away from a potential death. That was way too early. I mean, that's what we usually see in the pro scene right now. Like, you meet up or have a grand eyeball in the middle lane to see each other out, maybe poke each other out. Whoever goes back or burn their flicker out loses. We're not saying loses the game overall, but it's a waste, right? Like, you could have used that in different situations.
Yeah, defensive strategy, but I guess they burned it too early, so yeah, I guess they have to play safe.
Oh, I'm not too sure. People are saying the Fantastic Five is from USA. I'm not sure. They're from Indonesia, right? Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes, PH is Kalasag, guys.
And then the Fantastic Five is from Indonesia.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, Baggins though, super low in HP. Now, they got information that their support is super low. Meanwhile, they're still contesting the Might Golem area. Baggins still here. Oh, low HP forced to the side of Kalasag!
triple kill.
And it looks
Force
like
going-
Force will force
Oh my god.
Baldim to go home and die. Well, that was the mistake. You know,
Yes.
I mean, if you're low in HP, just go home. Do not contest. Maybe just do a counter jungle from the other part of the map. But the thing is that their Batman was already on the top side part of the jungle. So in case they decide to go for a counter plane, that's gonna be too late. Meanwhile, to the bottom lane part of the map, 1v4 is currently happening right now. Four's in here, still forcing himself. Oh, he can't stop because he was like so super overextending, overstaying as well. He's gonna be another casualty for the side of Fantastic Five.
Yes, Indonesia team Fantastic Five was focusing on top, but then they were overextended in the jungle of Kalasag, so I think they paid the price.
Yeah, I mean, if Fantastic Five really wants to win this, they gotta stop like overstaying and overextending. They're giving some free kills to Kalasag if that's the case. But meanwhile, look at the pressure that Fantastic Five is doing in the map right now. I mean, they're not stopping in invading the jungle. So in this kind of situation, Arth,
Yes.
what should Kalasag be doing already?
Kalasag needs to play safe, and they know they're gonna win late game as long as they keep their damagers well farmed. But I can see that Fantastic Five is doing a really good job preventing them to snowball early game. So that's why they want to finish the game fast, and they want all goals in the early game so that they can prevent the snowball in the late game.
I'm thinking about Legolas might be able to carry the game later on because, you know, he's got a good KDA so far. It's 1-0-1, no deaths at all. Who needs to catch up in here is Aragorn. That, Cricket, but for the meantime, look at that, Gandalf will fall down onto the hands of the Malok. Everyone's clumping in onto the skirmish right now. A lot of Malok is about to save the day, but apparently it's not gonna be enough. Damage will be enough to go all in, and it is an early wipeout within just 4-minute game time.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, what just happened, Arth?
Yeah, I think yeah, it's not yet scaling. Having this kind of lineup needs investment, and right now they can't get any money starting game because they got all the red and some jungle camps being stolen. So it's really hard for Kalasag to turn up the table.
Oh, but this one is an overextending Forge. And we have been seeing that it's Forge. Actually, the playstyle of Forge was actually similar to that of last night, wherein he would usually go overextend, overstay, even though he got a low HP already, and that was such a huge mistake. Meanwhile, we have a Spirit Crystal fight ongoing right now. You're super low at the moment. Really nice setup coming up from the Baldur, but Aragorn will be falling down because he's way too low already. Oh, flicker out from Gandalf. Will he be able to go back to safety? That is the question. Yes, he is under turret, poking the hell of the members of Fantastic Five. But there you go, the Baldur will fall down. So it is Gimli. Or was that Gimli? Yes, indeed, that was Gimli who fell down as well. And you know, I think the lineup of Kalasag is good, but
Yes.
apparently sometimes they get caught up in situations or bad spots
Yeah.
wherein they are having a hard time escaping.
Yeah, they're forced to get fights from Fantastic Five that is not in their favor. Yeah, so I guess they have to manage that one from Kalasag, but yeah, it's not doing well. But yeah, let's wait and see until
The
mid to
blue
late
team
game.
tower
So,
has been destroyed.
yeah.
We gotta wait definitely for Legolas to go online. It is a 1-1-1 for Legolas, but it is looking bad for Aragorn, having that 4 deaths already. I mean, look at his farm. It's 2.3k only compared to what the highest lead in terms of gold, 3.6k. You know, the Riona on the top lane who just took down another turret on the top.
Yes, and
Super
I think
Geners.
Aragorn needs to keep up because look at the kills and deaths here. They need to focus on reviving Aragorn back into the game.
Out to the middle lane, we have another fight ongoing. Forced to make use of it. Oh, there you go, Legolas in the bot spot as well. Getting caught up by the Rioma onto the back line. And Baggins, Gimli, they can't do anything so far to project the tier 2 onto the middle lane, and I do believe that Fantastic 5 will be taking this opportunity in taking down even more turrets onto the top lane, and maybe even in the middle lane if they were able to transition to that area as well.
They're losing a lot of towers, and yeah, this is the win condition for Fantastic 5. But then, we really don't know if Legolas can keep up with the gold, I guess. So they have to wait for the proper time, proper initiate, so that Legolas can re-hit. But so far, yeah, there's no engage yet. Good engage from Team Kalasag.
And Baggins definitely need to advance a little bit more for his carries, because it's super vital information to create space for your teammates. But in this case right now that they're lacking in terms of gold, look at that, really. I mean, that is obviously gonna be quick because they got the damage already, and it was like 4-man objective take, so it's gonna be super easy. Meanwhile, Sage Golem will be stolen away by Team Fantastic 5. This is gonna be a 6v5 situation in case, because they got a Drake on the top side as well.
They control the jungle.
They're controlling everything in the map so far. They gotta hold on to the... Oh, look at that shot coming from the Malak, followed up by the dive from Gavrila, but apparently Gavrila will fall down from the hands of the Kriknak. They're trying to save their base. Baggins in here will be able to catch up. Yes, indeed. Will go back to the base, regain some HP, but the Drake is still all alive. They're gonna try to push the minion waves as well as the members, but look at that! This is an open top lane already on the side of
Can they stop this one, guys?
Kalasag.
Oh, look at the 4
What
members going
can they
in.
do? Another shock. Cooldown has reset already, and then there goes in. Gavrila will kill Gandalf as well. And the Drake is still alive! Oh, there goes. Finally, it has fallen down, but minion waves have fallen apart. Ultimate coming out from Legolas. There's not enough damage. It seems gonna be pushed by the hyena. Apparently, another turret will fall down, and just like that, there's a lot of objectives that was taken. It's still a win on that situation by Fantastic 5, but at least Kalasag was able to defend their base.
Yeah, I thought was already done, but yeah, they successfully defended. But in exchange of losing 2 high ground towers, so let's wait and see, is this it, or can they scale late game? I think they're gonna defend this bot tower, and they just look at the team here for Fantastic 5. They're just clear the creeps, clear the jungle, and wait for the right engagement.
They got away. I do believe that things can still be turned around. The lead is 5k. Maybe they can still catch up on that. A really good setup coming from bottom. Oh, but look at that. Onto the bottom lane. Legolas will fall down into the hands of Kane. Kane is dashing away, going back to safety. Aragorn will kill the hell out of the Batman coming from the side of Fantastic 5. They're actually very fortunate that Force wasn't even in a team fight. Force was actually on the top side. So it's a plus. I mean, probably there were more casualties if Force was there, but look at that Aragorn, he will fall down onto the hands of the hyena as well. Gavrila kind of overextending. I mean, good damage coming up from the pin, but he's just way too squishy to just dive in, especially if there's a lot of crowd control from the side of Kalasag.
Yeah, good trade, but then they have to defend the bot tower. Can they hold this one? It's a question.
There you go. There's the toss for the Force, but I think it's not really a good target, especially you're still lacking Legolas on their side a while ago.
One more damage item for Legolas, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
it's tough situation, but as you can see, 4 members ganked on Legolas early, so if they can predict one more clashes like that and turn the tables, it will be a win condition for.
Well, they can't contest this Dark Slayer even it's gonna be very dangerous. They might just potentially die and lose there. So it's a good decision that they're just staying in the base and waiting for the high ground. But look at that, Aragorn going wild against the Force, but Force is quite tanky and
very, very tanky.
The great dragon has been summoned.
they could have done it earlier a while ago, but you know, there's already the members coming from the side of Fantastic Five going for the push. They got a Drake as well. Might be that inhibitor third in the bottom lane will fall down. Yash going for Gandalf. Gandalf in here, super low in HP, but Yash, I think as well, will fall down onto the hands of the members of Team Kalasag and the rest of the gang. Oh, look at that. One member left, and I think this is gonna be it anytime soon.
They're gonna finish the
I think this is gonna be it.
Yeah. Has been destroyed.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I thought
JJWP.
be a comeback, but then I think it was too late because they lost too many towers in the early game. But yeah, good winning condition. I think Fantastic Five had the early advantage and they stick through their winning condition.
It was a good flank by Yash as well. I mean, there's a lot of... He acted like a support or additional support in here, providing vision, and at the same time scaring away the members of Kalasag by showing his, bat icon. But anyway, MVP actually on the losing side was actually Baggins. There's a lot of deaths from Aragorn as well. I mean, he had a hard time from the pressure given by the hiding Batman, even Gavrila. But anyway, we still got game 2.
Game 2, guys.
There's still hope for Team Kalasag in here to get another point, or to finally get a point for their team on this direct invite playoffs for the APL. So, yes, for the meantime, guys, I think we're gonna go on a really short 5-minute break for our game 2. Once again, we're Shoutcasters. I'm Kaisaya, and with me is Arthilian.
Okay,
we'll
see
be
you
back.
guys.
the Arena of Valor Progress League Season 1, Day 4. We are now on the Series 2, Game 2 between Fantastic 5 versus Kalasag. We're your shopcasters. I'm Kaisaya, and with me is Arthelian Gaming. Hey, Arthelian.
Yo, thank you for that nice introduction. So, guys, we're in the game 2 of Fantastic 5 versus Kalasag. So, don't forget your hashtags, guys. FFWin, hashtag FFWin, or KSWin. So, let me know in the comments who are the supporters here. And yeah, again, let's go with the casting.
Yes, okay, Laville getting a ban, not new because we've been talking about how hurtful this damage hero has. I mean, you don't want to let that go. They're going to be banning out their very own pain that they have used a while ago as well. Well, we know that this pain is super squishy, but when he lands the right time, even without, without getting CC'd or crowd controlled by any of his opponents, he just burst you down to death. Meanwhile, on the side of Kalasag, what do we have in the bans there?
Oh, we have Richter and we have Kira. As we all know, like Richter is a solid pick for Dark Slayer lane, and also Kira with the burst damage, like it can instantly delete a carry late game. So yeah, let's wait and see their first two picks.
Right. Raz, surprisingly getting a priority pick in here for the side of Fantastic 5. They respect the Raz as well, especially if, you know, Raz is annoying, to be honest. Yes. Especially if you give that hero to a really good Raz user, you will almost end up going from mid lane to top lane just because of the push from the Raz.
Yeah, I don't like the instant burst, and also I don't like the mechanics. Like if I'm using a marksman, it only takes one combo for you to get knocked out. I don't like Raz.
Yeah, well, anyway,
Miss M, are you also a marksman main?
Yeah. I play marksman.
I played against you a lot of times already.
And I am. Well, for Liyab Esports Aliyah, I've played jungler ADC. So
I see.
So I go either AD lane or the jungle because I think few female players play jungle. Usually female players play mid, support, marksman, something like those. So rarely you would find a lot of female players going for the DS side and the jungler. But yeah, going back on the draft, Elendar, Yena, and Malok secured by Kalasag in here.
Okay.
What can you say about this? These are really good picks as well, huh?
Yes. I like Raz, the Joker, the Burst, and the Omen hold. I guess if they pick Malok into an Omen, I guess Malok has to go support because early game, like Omen can like fast clear creeps and go to a different lane. Meanwhile, early game Malok has slow clear. So yeah, I guess that's it.
Yeah, and I think with the Omen in the hands of Fantastic 5, any squishy hero from the side of Kalasag must be really be very careful.
Yeah, like
especially the Elendar, you cannot teleport back to your butterfly anymore.
Yeah.
Or let's see what's gonna be the mid lane because Kalasag doesn't have a mid laner in here yet.
Yes.
Red team's turn.
I think you can use Zip, I guess, for Kalasag if they really want to survive against Omen.
Let's see though, because I have a feeling that this is already gonna be a Malok support. But if not, maybe it's gonna be a Malok mid, and they're gonna be going for a support like that of Alice. Okay. Now they got a chance in picking another hero in here. They're lacking maybe a mid laner, an AD laner as well. Because we don't know yet if Malok's gonna go for support or mid.
Yes. But look at the bans, Miss Kaisaya. They ban out the burst
there you go.
AD and burst AP. So,
Just like what we were talking about a while ago, this is gonna be a Malak mid and then Alice support. We've been seeing these two heroes getting a tandem all together. I mean, I personally would say not really a perfect combo, or it's something like where you can execute a really good combo, but it's something like, okay, if we're gonna be opting for a mage support, anyway, there is also mage damage coming from Elandor. Let's just go for a tankier mid laner, and that's fine. Just like what Kalasag is doing right now. But Max getting a hover in here, the squishies needs to get ready.
Yes. I think the only squishy here on the side of Kalasag is Elandor. And
as well as Alice.
Game, you can build late game tanky, I guess. Like Aegis as your second item, I guess. So
yes, for sure. But yeah, maybe the priority will be the Elandor in here. Secondary will be the Alice.
Scary lineup here from Fantastic Five. What is gonna be the answer for the Zanis there? I think Gimli is trying to take time picking last.
Any suggestions? Warrior side.
Oh,
are you not gonna be opting for a Marja? I thought they're done with the Alice.
Oh.
I think, okay. They got 4 magic damage sources in the form of the Elandor, Marja, and Alice. Okay, this is fine. Let's just say this is fine, but I just personally think that maybe there's something, like maybe there's a better option, like maybe a Varus. What else? What else can you think of?
For me, I'm a double marksman type of strategy, so yeah, I would have
Kilgoth is there. Well, anyway, let's see how this will go. Maybe just a quick recap of the player lineup for the side of Fantastic Five. We have Omen for Vinzo Gaming, Joker for Gavrilla, Raz for Super Geners, Max for Force, and Zanis for Yush.
And on the side of Kalasag, we have Baggins on that Alice, Argorn on that Elandor, Legolas on that Malok, Gandalf on that Marja, and Gimli on that Yina.
Alright guys, let us know in the live chat, who do you think has a better draft in here, and who do you think will win in terms of execution? Heading on to the battlefield, guys. This is Fantastic Five versus Kalasag. We're already on the game 2 of this best of 2 match for tonight. A pause coming from the side of Fantastic Five?
Yes.
Right. Okay. I think maybe they're just waiting for some of their members to load into the game. You know, we have different cell phone units.
Yeah, delay. I personally encounter Android delays.
Alright. There's the Grand Eyeball happening now in the middle lane part of the map. Legolas getting poked out. Okay, are they really gonna be putting the Joker in the mid lane? I wonder.
Wow.
No. Is he?
I don't know.
Who's the support in here? You know what? Fantastic Five, every time they draft, sometimes it confuses me.
Yeah, is it a troll or is it... Yeah, I don't know. They're messing up
it's Raz who's gonna be the support! And it is Joker going to be in the maid.
They're messing with our mind.
Yeah, they're messing with our minds, but it is time to explore, said Fantastic Five.
Like, very creative beta.
Yeah, so the people from YouTube commenting that Raz is going to be support, they're not trolling. I mean, they're telling the truth that it's gonna be a Raz support, and there you go. Look at that. They're aiming for an early tier 1 turret onto the bottom lane. It is less than half-life now.
Wow, the rotations are coming fast, coming from Team Fantastic Five. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. This is gonna be very interesting. Onto the bottom lane though, we have a tussle ongoing. Legolas forced to dash away, but no one will be able to make it out. There goes the turret damage going onto Yush. they won't be able to take down the Malak as of
yeah,
yet.
they didn't
But
take that.
Aragorn was able to secure the Spirit Sentinel onto the top lane. They just gotta wait for Aragorn to go online as well.
Yes, that's right. And meanwhile, they're making plays in the top lane. Look at that Raz, nice fist there.
Yeah, IOE, Tenshi, not trolling but exploring.
Quote and quote.
Yeah, quote unquote, quote unquote.
Yeah, wise words from Miss M.
I mean, if they can pull it off, why not?
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see, let's see. I mean, it
I
all
can also
boils down to
see
the
in-
execution.
Oh! Look at that.
There he
man.
goes, the fight onto the middle lane. Super Juniors though will fall down. It is a 1-for-1 exchange between these two teams as Aragorn will get a kill as well. So that is good news for the Elandor because, you know, although he didn't get the first kill, at least he got so far 1 kill for the side of Kalasag.
Yes, that's right. And also, you can see good penetration from both teams, and the gold is even, kills are even. I guess whoever takes the AD gets early advantage, I guess.
Oh, into the bottom lane though, Legolas going to make use of his shock onto the same place. He could have just made use of that to go back from the team fight. Not too sure why he landed in the same area. Maybe there was some miscommunication between him and Gandalf. Like, are you gonna go in? Because if you're gonna go in, I'm gonna be making use of the shock on the same place. No steal for Aragorn on that Abyssal Dragon fight. So this is for 100 gold lead by Fantastic 5 so far. I do believe that this is something Kalasag can still catch up on.
Yes, I think. Oh, they're getting the tower bot.
Red team
Oh,
tower has been destroyed.
and meanwhile they're making
Super
plays.
fast. Onto the top lane indeed. It is a 4v1 situation. Not gonna go out on that fight. And they're gonna be making another play onto the bot lane. And Legolas will fall down. There's a lot of exchanges. It is a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Team Fantastic 5. But oh, look at that. Sage Golem being taken by Team Kalasag. And actually there was another exchange as well. Because
Yes.
it's the same thing that Yosh did onto the bottom lane jungle of Team Kalasag. Because they took away the Sage Golem as well. And there you go. They're not gonna stop in terms of going for team fights. They're gonna go all in here. Like, looks like there's no stopping. Force going super low on HP. Gandalf will fall down. And the rest of the members from the side of Fantastic 5 will try to dash away because something really hurt so bad that Legolas is just basically soaking the damage that Team Fantastic 5 is throwing out.
So as you can see, they traded bot towers for what? Jungle. But yeah, not doing trades well coming in from Kalasag.
Yash though, he will be punished for
yeah.
overstaying and overextending in the bottom lane part of the map. And
They were
yeah.
very greedy, and yeah, nice for evening out for Team Kalasag.
Oh, there you go. There's the damage coming from Marja. It hurts a lot. One more if the Marja gets more item. In the middle lane though, it seems like they want to make a play on this one, or they're just oh look at that, the damage coming from the Joker pushes or forcing Aragorn to go back onto the base, but it seems like something's gonna happen at the top lane as well. Legolas locked in by the ultimate coming up from Binzo Gaming. Even though going for a shock, he can't do anything about that because he's locked in anyway, so he can't go far away from that area.
He survived, yeah, dodging the right skills. So yeah, lived another day.
Lived another day. Apparently no casualties, but in the bottom lane, look at that Force. Force is giving himself as a sacrifice to the Elandor. Elandor being targeted by the Max, but just to scare him away, to back away. Meanwhile, there's a pressure coming from the side of Fantastic 5 on the top side because they're cutting the minion wave, securing the objectives. I like how Kalasag is trying to play objectively in here, but apparently, you know what, to pressure. Oh, but look at that, Gavrila won't be surviving on that damage from Aragorn.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, while that was happening though, the top lane or the Chiron turn on the top will be taken down by Fantastic 5. Any thoughts on overall in this 7-minute game time? Or
As you can see, Fantastic 5 has definitely dominating the early game, but then Kalasag here can do like they've been trading badly, but I guess they have a plan for this. They're just waiting for Elander to have the right items to get up in the push, because look at that, it's a 403, 4.8k gold. So yeah.
I just realized that there are no turrets down yet for the side of Fantastic 5. So maybe, yes, Kalasag is getting kills. They're getting the objectives like that of the Spirit Sentinel, the counter jungle, as well as the Abyssal Dragon, but there are no turret objectives as of yet. I think that's what they're lacking, going for the priority on lanes as well. But now it's gonna be harder because Fantastic 5 got a Drake on their hands and they're in the middle lane coming up together. Right.
If they can withstand this one and reclaim all the powers in from the other side, then Team Kalasag can definitely do something in the mid game of this part.
Yeah, let's see. Meanwhile,
red team.
We
pause.
are on a pause.
Yes, I think the team
Oh,
is
look at the
pressured.
minimap right now. It's all blue at the moment. We'll be resuming. I'm thinking about what else can Kalasag team do? Should they just wait for a mistake coming from Fantastic 5?
They need a miracle for make a good place. Other than
Aragorn's Elandor's a good pick in here. I mean, they got an ally. Oh, but look at that! Oh, Forrest just diving onto the back line to get Aragorn. There's no more Elandor on the side. Ultimate, the shock coming from the Legolas as well, but he is being stopped by the rest of the gang of Fantastic 5. So, the Malok will fall down as well. 3 members left for the side of Kalasag in here, and they're just holding onto their bases with 3 inhibitor turrets remaining.
Oh, going inside. Oh, look at that 5 members. Look at Gimli running very low and dying here. And 5 members are still alive from Fantastic 5 and Gundam desperately trying to defend this mid. And there's a top tower again. 3 for
and it's just 2 members remaining. Gandalf will fall down. Legolas is all alone, and the Drake is already hitting the base. It is a 2-0 win for Fantastic 5 on this series 2. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah, there you go. It's like what you said earlier. They focus on the squishies and they didn't make up for. That was only 2 deaths from Aragorn, and they just finished it quickly.
Yeah, super quick. Even though, somehow people say it's a troll lineup because it's a res support, but we say that they are exploring. They're exploring what might work, what else might work. But yeah, congratulations to Fantastic 5 for getting another 2 points. Don't lose hope, Kalasag, because there are a lot more series to play for this league. Alright, I think the league is just a placement, right? A placement on where you're gonna be standing for the playoffs. Because we're going for a lot of best of 2 round robin matches. So yes, for the meantime, guys, I think that was it for our second series.
Correct.
We have another series later on. Hertz BPK versus Ikan Masin. So don't you go away, guys. Just have a quick break, maybe grab a snack or grab a drink, because we will be back after 5 minutes. Once again, we're Shotcasters. I'm Kaisaya, and with me is Arthelian Gaming.
Okay,
See you in a
bye.
few minutes.
See you guys.
This is the final series for APL Season 1, and this is the final series at game number 3. We have Hertz BPK versus Ikan Masin. So, my name is Mikos, and I'm with Artelion Sato. What's up, Artelion?
Yo, what's up? Thank you for that nice introduction. So this is the last game, and it's Hertz versus Ikan Masin. So I'm very excited. What are your expectations for this match, Miko?
Oh, right off the bat, expectation. I think I will be going because of we've seen recently how Ikan Masin play, right? They tie with Ravalda FC but suffered a loss with other teams. So I think because of the formation or possession of team Hertz, I think Hertz might make a clean sweep today. But I think that Ikan Masin can change anything for today. It might be 1-1 or might be Ikan Masin 2-0. So what is your expectation for this game, Art?
Like my expectation will be like I think for the past series, Ikan Masin, I guess, was dominating, but I haven't seen them fight against Mars yet. Because yesterday I was not in the league because I rested.
Red team's turn.
And we can see dominating picks,
Yeah.
like Florentino. I think it will gonna be a good matchup for Ikan Masin.
Yeah, because of they picked the Florentino despite of the being nerfed 4 times, I think. But the Florentino now is they build a little bit tanky, so they can just stay in fights more and more and more. But I think they banned the Eva, they banned the Malok because of, you can see with the match before this that the Malok can just shot onto the backside of the enemy teams, just giving it a true damage from the cliff. So that's really troublesome if Team Ikan Masin gets the Malok. So the Malok has been banned. The Elendo and the Pain also been banned for the first game. So Richter has been picked for the first hero for the Team Ikan Masin. How do you cope with that?
I think it's a good pick coming in from Ikan Masin. I like the Darcy pick, but then there have been nerfs so far with the Darcy. But the Trickster pick is quite strong. But we're gonna wait and see. But coming in from Hertz, they picked Raz and Ziniel. Do you know some good Raz players here for the side of Mars or Hertz?
Yeah, actually, I do remember who played Raz because of from Hertz. Someone has already played Raz, but I didn't remember who. But I think they respected the pick of the Darcy, because of Ikan Masin picked the Darcy on the first pick, and then they respect the Raz and the Zenial. So despite being that, Darcy might be going into the jungle. So but versus a Raz, I think might be hard for Darcy because a Raz can just burst you down with a couple of combos and just done like that. So how do you think they will respond with an Alice?
They need to have maybe tanky heroes, but they pick Senyel, but then against a silence, they have to get mobility champs that can get out of the skills coming in from Ikan Masin. But I can see a viable pick, maybe maybe Zip or it's banned. Oh, sorry.
Zip is already banned. Who the Varus might be good into the Ikan Masin composition right now because of they have the Alice with the slows. And if Varus has the companion, we can give slow, so the ability for Varus easy to hit and easy to finish down anybody else. But Ikan Masin pick the Alice despite Team Hertz already have the Florentino with the dashes and the Raz that can flank anybody for the side because they can just chase up the Darcy. So do you think that the Alice pick by Ikan Masin is questionable, or it just that it might work in this composition for Ikan Masin?
We're just gonna wait for LYL to pick the final one because it's still quite vague for me to say it's a good take or something like that. But coming in, see Lindis here being picked by Admirer, because look, Leoma, Lindis, they're both mobility based champs, and also they can give decent damage all throughout the game, but oh no, it's hard to
Yo.
protect.
I think they might be going into another another warrior team because of if versus the Raz or the Lindis, if Darcy cannot work into the jungle, they might want another frontliner. They have the Richter, they have the Alice, but and Roxy, but do you think they need another DPS or a frontliner for the team of Ikan Masin?
Yeah, but I definitely still believe that, yeah, it's a good pick, but they could have been better, maybe, Miko.
Yeah, but then for the side, we can see that they have way onto the Elsu, right? So they might going to play. They might going to play a little bit passive into the early game because of it. They need to be giving some space for the Darcy to be all out to be level 4 into the early game. But they picking the Darcy versus the Raz, a Ryoma, and a Zeno. So because of the Ryoma, Raz, and Zeno is an early aggressive composition coming from Team Hertz. So that I think it will be really hard for Darcy to farm.
I guess so. Yeah. Let's introduce the members.
Yeah, it is okay. We have Mars Wizard onto the Florentino, and we have Rui onto the Zeno, onto the support, and we have 20 on the Raz Muay skin, and we Rusty onto the Ryoma and Admirer with the magical Doomsday Lendes.
Okay, and on the Ikan Masin side, we have Rojak on that Alice, we have Shinky on that Richter, Rabbit on that Elsu, LYL on that Roxy, and Shark on that Darcy.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's go into the game. The third series or the first game. It Hertz BPK versus Ikan Masin from Malaysia versus from Indonesia. This is a clash of nation. Who's been on top? Who's going to be on the bottom side? Now we can see everyone going to turtle up onto the left side of the mid lane. 20 with the Hadoken in the first attempt onto the red, just going not going to the Elsu or the first game. The stun from Rojak.
Stun.
Yeah, 2-man stun from the Rojak. Then you can see how into the early game Hertz playing not too much aggressive because of they have the allies to protect. They're gonna see Rui onto the top side, might going to disrupt Shark, but Shark has to really fancy or just rest a little bit of farming to level 4. 3-man people onto the mid side.
Yes, you can see 2-man plays here coming in mid and 20 gang. Okay, disengage. I thought that was an action.
I think because of I don't think 20 is going to full force jumping because of how 20 just pushed rapid into the tower of Ikan Masin. So if he just go full force, it might be a first blood for Team Ikan Masin because of that early mid tower damage is really painful. This is I'm really shocking for the side of Ikan Hertz because of they have the aggressive composition but they don't play aggressive into the early game. So on top, 3-man people for Ikan Masin is going on top versus Admirer Wizard. The stun onto Admirer, but it doesn't have the slow that ultimate onto the Admirer. Admirer onto the burst, onto the damage, and Admirer with the heal, and Admirer survive onto the damage. We can see Rui is protected. Wizard is giving damage onto the might be for the first blood, and that's what he's gonna take on Rojak. The Rojak is carried alive. Look at the damage from the Darcy taking off Wizard 1-on-1 trade, but what would take that? Lindy suffer a 1 loss for the team. 2-1 for the side of Ikan Masin right now.
Yeah, that was a good clash. That was a good engage coming in from Ikan Masin. They had the right position and they overwhelmed the first clash of the night.
Just like that.
Okay. Of the game 3, sorry. Sorry.
You can see how to the because of, you can see how Ikan Masin they rally and they know they can fight that because you can see how the Darcy and they also already level 4, so they know they can fight onto the top side. I didn't get it, but that Florentino win against the Roxy, so that's a big bonus for the side of Hertz right now. So I think that on to 1-1 matchup onto the top side that Roxy suffer a loss, so 2-on-2 onto the 3 minutes.
Yeah, despite having that gold advantage, yeah, Roxy yeah, was defeated by Florentino, and I really don't like the true damage of Florentino once he get those combos.
Yeah, because of the lungs and you know that the lungs and he has the damage. And you can see how Florentino has already finished the Gilded Grief. So the stun from the Rossi is not stun. Oh no, the burn from the Rossi does not even feel much more painful. Look at how Virasti has been poking down Roja, but the cube doesn't land from Rashak. So it might be a contest onto the Abyssal Dragon. The Abyssal Dragon does not being outside the range out of Virasti onto the side, their ultimate, their portal onto the Virasti, but the damage coming from Tadashi is really painful onto the early game right now. Shiki with the ultimate doesn't go. That LYL onto the top side secures the Florentino and the 4-man people onto the bottom side. Also Shiki has been taken down here. Oh, the ulti with the flicker out the way. Shiki is alive. Virasti might be dead, but Virasti secures his life to be alive. The other 3-man people, Rui onto the 4th side, but the deck, look at the damage for the rabbit, just chuck it down. That Zeno, look at the 20, that beam from Shark, and that's a really risky 20 play.
Yeah, if you can see the breakdown of that fight, it's like all of them put all their skills, but then you can see the gold gap right now. It's on the side of Ikan Masin.
just don't stop like that though. That's really scary for me, Leon.
I know, like, it's hard to say who's gonna get the side, but yeah, right now, Ikan Masin is leading, and yeah.
Yeah, don't leave me hanging. But from the onto the top side, visit misses. But visit misses flowers onto the top side, so it might be not going into the clash with LYL. So we can see how 4-man people for Ikan Masin is already onto the Abyssal Dragon, waiting or just going to pressure onto the bottom lane versus the Virasti. How do you? Okay, they're going to be the clash. Rui.
Oh! Look at the AD here.
Look at the damage for Rabbit. 20 onto the backside. Might be stealing the Dragon. But that Hadouken doesn't land on the Dragon. Instead landing on Roja. But the ultimate from the shot doesn't land onto anybody. So Rui right now is trying to defend onto the mid lane. Roja is going back because of low health. So onto the top side, because Admirer and Vincent is trying to give him some pressure onto the top side, onto LYL. Look at the damage, and the flowers is going in. Must with the tower. Tower saved the day. Admirer onto the back, just going to run away. Doesn't have the damage, but 20 finish LYL. LYS is going through well. So the top shot is alone here. 2 versus 1 might be going shot 20. They have the damn damage, but the ultimate run away. And Hertz Rui onto the ultimate into the mid lane. They got to the mid lane now, but Team Ikan Masin just going to disperse, but the portal doesn't hit anybody from Shark.
Wow, that was a great play coming from Ball, but look here, they try to get this bot tower now, and yeah, they're not wasting any time, and Hertz getting out of that clash. 4 members are still in from Ikan Masin. What you can say about this one? How can they even the gold gap? Is there any advice you can give for the side of Hertz?
Yeah, I see Team Hertz. Suddenly I go color. So, but for the Team Hertz, they need to do something about the Darcy. Because look at how the Darcy just steal that blue buff. There's looks like nothing to be deal, but on top Visors coming in with the power and going to 20 with the no damage. But Rui just Visors. It's gone just like that. The snap from the rabbit doesn't seal the deal to 20, but they get the second tower. That's 2 towers for Ikan Masin. I think that today that this is the new Ikan Masin has been shown by the team.
Yes.
Because of this is the damage and the determined that Ikan Masin need to win this game because they are not on the top 5.
Yeah, I can see they did their homework already. They studied their enemy, and yeah, they got reborn. And yes, they did whatever they can do for this one, and they proving.
Onto the top side, Visits going in. The flowers has been to the top onto the ultimate, but the second flower doesn't hit. But look at the damage onto Rabbit. The snipes onto 20, and the 20 onto the backside. That suffered 1 loss for 20. 20 has been a little bit aggressive onto this game, but 20 doesn't really rely on his teammate and suffer 1-on-1 loss.
Yeah, I thought Raz had that kill already, but yeah, that good orb coming in from Ikan Masin.
But I think what we can see, what the look at how we have the Darcy onto the Ikan Masin and Alice onto the side of Ikan Masin. Also, look at the itemization from side of Hertz. We can see 5 Gilded Grief and 3 rank breakers though.
Yeah, they're into anti-CC and magic damage because, yeah, Darcy, Roxy, Alice, yeah, those are hard CCs. And coming in from, from the other side, they're focused on being tanky at the same time, giving Elsu the damage. They have good backline. It's just, yeah, Darcy is, yeah, dominating them, but it's up to Hertz if they can manage to get a kill for
Yeah,
Darcy.
I think if Hertz want to come back in this game, right, they need to communicate with the Ras because we can see always Ras onto the backside, but no one's onto the front liners because we can see how Florentino just been checking down by a rabbit and just shot onto the front line. So then they have the damage, but they doesn't have the defense mechanism to defend on it. While the snipe onto rabbit doesn't hit, doesn't land, doesn't connect. So rabbit, another snipe might be onto it. Don't. Oh my god, that snipe onto Rui. Rui is a tank, but doesn't really need. Oh, Rui gonna die again. That's a rabbit kill. That's a confirmed kill by the snipers. That's what we wanted. This confirmed kill by the snipers.
Team tower has been destroyed.
Take it.
Okay, that was a well-calculated play coming in from I Am Shark, but look at that. I Am Shark overextending on that one, and there go another pause. Another resume. That escalated so fast.
Yeah, this is escalated because of the middle of the fight. They cannot pause. So I Roger has been checking out right now. So I admire the team Hertz. They have the upper ground. They need to push some towers. Yeah, because they get the bottom towers. They have the free lane onto the bottom towers. Look at the LYL. Is trying to pull Hertz. To look at the damage from LYL. Rui is going. That Wizard is going in with the flowers and the logs of this connect. Look at the damage from Wizard. It's been terrifying for the team of Hertz. But look at the damage from Rabbit. Just going to kill 1 kill. There's another 1 kill. 3-1-3-3. Now 3 man people has been died for the team of Hertz, but only 1 for the team of Ikan Masin. Shark has been dead, and that is a shark fin soup for the team of Ikan Masin.
So if you can see the breakdown of that fight, Ikan Masin having the upper hand, and look at Mars. They have difficulties trying to clash up against Ikan Masin is because, yeah, they're losing a lot of farms, they're losing lanes. They have to keep up with the aggressive capabilities of Ikan Masin.
Yeah, we can see how that Hertz team they tried to just fight the trade skirmish onto the damage. You can see how Rui that just scouting onto the Spirit Sentinel. They just far away from his teammate. So if that Rui keeps playing like that, it might be Hertz might playing without the support because of Zeno cannot sustain the damage coming from Shark and Rabbit. So that's really unfortunate for the team of Hertz right now. So they are really onto the top side, might going into the Dark Slayer. So Rui, I think Rui knows that he going onto the Dark Slayer for the team Hertz. They are coming in 20 with the damage here. Shinki onto 20, but the damage for the knockdown doesn't hit. So they look at it, Rui with the damage ultimate from the Shark doesn't connect with the damage from 20 and Rui is coming in. Visit is troubling versus the LYL, but LYL is taken down by Edmar. Look at the damage from the Lindis. They're going in, they're pushing onto the mid. They take 1 tower. They're pushing Ikan Masin to their base, scared of running away because the damage coming from 20 and Edmar is damn powerful.
Wow, that was a nice play coming in from the Mars team. I thought the one-on-one will go to Ikan Masin, but no. Mars proved it that we can still play, and it's 7-11, and the gold gap is now close to 500. No, it's now 100 gold. Close even.
Yeah, it's now 100 gold, so that's the answer that Mars is Hertz is looking for. So they get another tower onto the top side. Now 3 towers even to the tower, but the Shiki going onto the V-Rusty. V-Rusty got the defense onto the Shiki, but doesn't want to connect, but Visit onto the top side, giving the Flowers individual damage and the K onto the Visit. Roja is dead. Now the Flowers again onto the Visit. Visit coming in with the dive, but Admirer is being chasing by LYL. LYL with the ultimate doesn't connect. Now they are going in, might be Admirer with the damage onto the top side. Then V-Rusty taking down Shark, and that's what we call a close-up game. So the Rabbit is trying to clear onto the mid side, but suffered another tower loss for Team Ikan Masin. They are pushing on the top side. They're giving some pressure onto another tower, and they're just going to take down the Dark Slayer.
So you can see there's a good trade coming in from the Hertz, and there is a Dark Slayer taken here. No contest coming in from Ikan Masin. They lost lots of casualties in the clash fights earlier.
Yeah, because of they lost their casualties and they just suffered a minion push. Looking at the top, bottom side, mid lane and top lane, they are in favor of Team Hertz right now. But look at how the damage for the Team Ikan Masin. They have the damage, they have the slows, they have the CC, they can fight, but they lost the skirmish onto the minion wave. So that might be giving some space for Team Hertz to just going in front and take whatever they need. But onto the bottom side, Shiki onto 20, but 20 just going to run away. Rui also LYL onto the side with no ultimate. LYL ultimate doesn't land. Got a Visit onto the back side now. Shark is on the danger, but Visit take out Shark. Shark, the main damage for the Team Ikan Masin has been taken down. Alice also is taken down. Alice, that's LYL from 3-man people. Then the Shiki has been chased down. Then Edmar is on the chase. They're going to run away. Shiki might be double kill for the Rabbit. That's an 8-10. They're gonna live again with the runes. They're gonna live again. 3-man people on the side of Ikan Masin have to defend this emerging raging team for the Team of Hertz. They're gonna take down one tower with the Drake onto the bottom side. The 3-man people with the 2 lane towers.
Well, they're getting in the mid and they're getting the 4, and it's 3 men down.
Oh, Shiki is going in right now. Has been taken with the S2, but Shark and Shiki has been taken. LYL, that's nothing can do. Double kill for 20, and Shiki died. LYL alone, what can Roxy do with the damage they can provide? But the defense doesn't have enough armor to it, so that Shiki has been taken down. That first game goes to Hertz.
Woo! That was a nice game. Wow. The action pack, I thought it was Ikan Masin already dominating them, but no. Hertz made clutch plays left and right to eliminate the gold deficit and get the first game of, the game 3.
Yeah, look at how onto the early game, right? LYL versus Wizard. That LYL have the upper hand because of the Roxy, but versus into the mid game that Visit played after he got the Hercules Madness. He's just going in, diving because he just get shot and just end with the most important damage dealer for the title, Ikan Masin. So that's a really good play from Visit and Admirer because they just going in. They have the damage.
Yes. So
they just wipe it out for the team of Ikan Masin. But Ikan Masin played it well into the early game. So I think that a minor mistake has been done by Ikan Masin to leave that giving Visit an open chance to just going into the back line, get some shots. So that's the first game. So we are going into the second game. We might rest 5 minutes, I think.
Yes, let's wait for 5 minutes, guys. Don't get out of your seats. Get some snacks. Get refreshes. So we're gonna be back in 5 minutes. So this is Artilion and Miko. See you guys later.
Yep. See you guys after this. Hello and welcome back to the last series of Ikan Masin versus Hertz BPK. So this is the last game. My name is Mikos, your caster, and I'm with Atilion Gaming. What's up, Atilion?
Woo! Thank you for that nice introduction. So, is it gonna be a 2-0 or 1-all? We're gonna know. But as for now, it's I can feel it's 1-1 for me because I think Ikan Masin is heating up the matches still. So, how about you? What do you think about the score?
That's possible though, because we can see how the Florentino for the side of Hertz onto the first game they just dominating onto the dark slay lane, but now Hertz doesn't want to give Florentino to the side of Ikan Masin because we all know that AYL can play a good Florentino in Malaysia.
Wow. I'm not really into studying Indonesian players, but yeah, I know some Liyab players who plays, like, I know their signature players, all the Philippines, but thank you for the information. Like, I'm still into studying Indonesian players, so thank you for checking that out for me.
So there's nothing much, but Kira or Orlando might be banned here because of they already giving Kira or the Leville onto the side of Ikan Masin. Did they want to pick the Leville or the Kira? Oh, it's instant lock Kira. How do you cope with that, Atelion?
It's too early to pick up Laville because it can be easily countered by Caffeine, and I think Rabbit has a good picks there getting Kira because it can instantly assassinate the key players of the other team. But look at that Yina on Mars Wizard. I think it's a good pick for Mars team securing Malok and Yina because Yina they for the Hertz team they have a good holder, and Malok can be a good mid or support or dark slayer.
Yeah, because I heard some interesting facts that you said that if they pick the Leville, they can easily counter by the Caffney. How do you just picture that? Because Caffney countered the Leville or Leville countered the Caffney?
Caffney counters Leville because
the Leville.
Yeah, the range.
Okay.
You can get easily bursted late game. Like, it's like a Violet Joker poke that Laville cannot get the right range. So before Laville can take damage, you're already poked out. So yeah, that's how counters go for both.
Okay, listen to that, viewers. If you've seen the Laville into the rank game, just pick the Caffney to just deny that Laville into the game. So the second and third pick is Hayate and Krizik for the team of Ikan Masin, and we'll see who's gonna be for the side of Hertz onto the third pick here. It might be a mid player though. They have already used the 20 already used the Ras. Maybe they have the Yena, they have the Malok, or might be another support because Malok can go mid, Malok can go support. So that's a really flexing for the team of Hertz right now. So who's it gotta be? Who's it gotta be? Pick.
But yeah, I like the picks from Krizix and Hayate. Once they got the Wumbo combo, like Krizix suck how many members, and then Hayate popping that ult. I think it's a good team. I mean, Wumbo combo from Ikan Masin. But I also like the Valheim pick. But what are their bans? It's still a mystery for me.
Yeah, because of talking about Wumbo combo, right? For the team Ikan Masin, they have the Krizik, they have the Hayate, they have the Kira. So if the Krizik just gravity pull everybody into his side, let's say he got 5 men from
wow.
And Hayate can just kunai blades and just Kira using the S2, and just if someone want to run away, just using the skill number 1. So that's a really good combo for the first 3 picks for Ikan Masin. So that's it. A heavy fight composition coming from team Ikan Masin, but you can see the Valheim pick. That is a pick that can deny the Krizik going dive in. So
Krizix and Hayate actually. For me, I think Hayate here is already reading that he'll gonna be countered by Valheim. So the answer for that is he opt to get that cleanse. So as you all know, like Hayate popping that ult and getting a second skill from Valheim will negate the skill skill coming in from Hayate. But then Hayate is playing smart here, getting the cleanse. But let's just wait and see what are their two more picks coming in from Ikan Masin. But look at the bans. They ban out Omen, they ban out Raz. I think this is for the burst potential coming in from Raz, and Omen instantly locking one member of the other side. So how about you? What are your thoughts about the Chognar and the Zephys ban?
I think it's Chognar because of how Chognar can just cleanse Krizik's or the Hayate Kuna abilities. But you can see they banning Chognar might be one objective. They want to, they hover onto the Ignis. That's the answer for the ban of the Chognar. So they banned the Zephys because of the team of Hertz. They have Yena, they have the Malok, but they doesn't have the jungler, or because of if Zephys plays into the composition of the Hertz, it might be painful for Kira because of how Zephys with the passive can just stays in that fight long and long, because of if Kira doesn't have the utility to burst down the Zephys, that might be going soft for the team Ikan Masin. So that's a really good ban for Team Ikan Masin. The Lubu has been picked by LYL. Might be Lubu versus the Yena on top of that slay lane.
Yes, it's a good pick here. But yeah, Lubu is a good pick there. But yeah, it has a lot of counters like Curse of Death. But yeah, he's a good side laner. And also, we can see that on the other side, they're still thinking how to keep up with the team composition coming in from Ikan Masin. Are they gonna go for an aggressive one, or they're still thinking about
I think it might be going the butterfly or the Necros, because of the only CC for the side of Ikan Masin is the Ignis, the constant CC that can provide by Ignis. But they picking the Necros, they got the Yena, they got the Malok, and also the Moja. So that's a really hard dive composition coming from Team Hertz. They can just go to the backside, they can take the Hayate, they can take the Kira onto the backside. So there's a really hotly dive composition coming from Hertz. So, but you can see the main character onto the side of Ikan Masin, it might be the Ignis. If the Ignis can just stop everybody for the side of Hertz, that might be a confirmed win for the team of Ikan Masin. But yeah. Who do you think have the best composition so far in the last game for today?
I can see my favorite hero on Hertz side, so I'm gonna pick Hertz, I guess. Just kidding.
You're heavy on Valheim, right? Yeah, I forgot that Valheim.
Okay, let's present the teams.
The team, that's really good. You can see Hertz, Mario using the Necros. So I think that this will really be a good game for Necros, because we only see in Ignis and the Krizik. The dive composition coming from Hertz is really painful, because we know how Hertz play with the dive composition. They dive with the Florentino, they dive with the Yena, they dive with the I think for first game with the support with Zaniel. So that's a really good dive mindset for the team of Hertz. So Visit play, they just go onto the backside. So that's really good. I Am Roja is trying to pull somebody in, but only quits down. Look at the damage coming from Rabbit into the early game. Roja has been chased by Rui and 20 into the. This is an early composition. Look at the damage. Look at the damage coming from Rui with the cleave.
That Rui damage, the cleave. It's so painful.
Yeah, it's painful to watch and much painful to be feel into the ranked games. But look at how the rotation 20 and Rui, look at that shot onto the Roja again with the missed timing from Roja to take Rui and 20 both into the gravity pool. So look at the skirmish onto the bottom side. Rusty versus Shinky. It's really peaceful onto the bottom side, but Rui and 20 just picking out some
they're picking
jungle creeps.
They didn't secure that one. Bad.
Yeah. Because you can see how if they take the jungle creep, denies the Kira to be level 4, but Kira just smart. He goes to the mid lane, takes some EXP and go to be level 4. So that's a really good mindset of the jungler.
Yes.
Then just waiting. Oh my God, my crate has been stolen, so I can't do anything. So this is how we can see. Oh, there's no flicker from Roja. That's taking a mirror onto the look at our team Hertz right now. They're poking and damaging the team and Hertz. Mirror going in. Look at how this is the gravity and poking up the tree. But look at the damage onto Visit. Visit coming in onto the top side. LYL doesn't know where to go. Virasti onto LYL right now. Look at the damage from the Lubu. Doesn't have enough damage from the Virasti. Onto the Eva. Look at skill number 1. Eva secures the kill onto the Valheim.
Wow, it's a 2-for-1 exchange, and it's in favor of Ikan Masin. It's just a 200 gold advantage, but then they lost the clash. Yeah.
Yeah, because of the early damage that both team has, they have the Malok. Malok has the early damage, aggressive. But if you take down the Malok first, that might be a little bit good for the team of Ikan Masin, because of Ikan Masin have the Kira, they have the Ignis, they can disrupt in Malok. A good counter for the Malok is an Ignis. If you can't jump if you're been stunned, that's a really good pick for Ikan Masin. They just pick the Ignis to deny the Malok. So it might be an interesting fight into the mid game, because we know how they have the dog mirror going in and going back. They might have said the dragon, the guy will pull onto 3, but takes only Virasti. Better look at the shot onto Rui that doesn't have the clean down onto Roja. That just going to disperse, and Ikan Masin is just going to push the bottom side. So Admire is going into Shiki, despite being the Hayate, just going to dash away. Look at all the mid lane. 20 is clashing onto Shark, but Shark doesn't suffer enough damage.
So as you can see, they're playing safe, and yeah, look at the top lane. They're just free farming and peaceful. But there's a clash going, and they just avoided that one.
Yeah, they avoided that one so that they don't want to suffer any mistakes and suffer a loss for them. Look at two kills for Ikan Masin and 1 kills for Hertz BPK18. So look at how for Ikan Masin doesn't use the Arctic up right now. Road's coming in with a pull, but doesn't land on anybody. But the 3-man people for the side of Hertz is going in into the red. Sees Rabbit. Rabbit is on the run, but just going to circle around there, because he knows with the damage he has and the support that Ikan Masin can provide. Doesn't want us to pull onto the bad people. Ultimate and the stance onto Rui, but the Kunai Blitz might secure, but look at the damage onto the again. The Shiki takes down Rui. That's ruined the purpose of the Malok, and Roja is starting on low at Mother. That's actually up onto the Roja, but ultimate for the Virasti doesn't secure any kill. That ultimate on the Roja going to save everybody for Ikan Masin. Time to disperse, time to get a reset.
Wow, that was a good play, but then they didn't manage to get off that Marja. Not enough burst coming in from Ikan Masin, and there go, the gold gap is getting bigger. Coming in from
onto the mid side, Shark is in danger. That but Shark is good job onto riding away, but Visit know that Shark onto that bush. Onto the bottom side now, we going to see a pressure on the team. 3-man people for the side of Ikan Masin. They're gonna pressure on bot. They have the vision onto the episode dragon. 3-man people also. 3 versus 3. 3 versus 4 onto the bottom side right now. Shark is in danger. The Shark onto Shark, but Shark is Akira. He can run away from over there, but you can see the pull onto the Malok. Malok is in danger, but what is he? Shaky doesn't deal enough damage onto the mans of Hertz, but Visit onto the mid side here, taking on LYL using the ulti to secure the kill onto Visit. That's good, Lubu. That's Lubu secures the 1 kill. They might push it roll down on the way. Virasti is in danger. Shaky secures the kill on Virasti.
Wow, the Mars is getting the upper hand here with the clashes, and I think I am here is doing a good job managing those team fights, and Hertz need to keep up with the aggressive capabilities being shown by Ikan Masin.
Yeah, because we can see how Ikan Masin secures a kill and just wreck the team of Hertz. But we can see that Ikan Masin doesn't really play aggressive on the top side. Lubu LYL is in danger, just going to reset its health because has been pressured by Maru and Visit. That's a really good aggressiveness played by Edmaro because of they know they can Masin onto the bottom side, just giving the pressure, then he just divert the pressure onto the top side. First tower, despite being into the 7 minutes into the game, when you can see 3 men from Ikan Masin is trying to onto the mid lane. Rui spot them. Rui have the shock. Look at the damage from the rabbit right now. And the shock has been landed. But the gravity pull taken down too. But no rabbits to be landed onto Team Hertz right now. For the both side, right? Valheim is already on top. Looking onto the bottom side. Admira just playing the pushing game because this is. Yep, they played the objective game because there's a Necros. What Necros do? Take down towers and just going for the kill. So Admira is gonna run away from Shark right now. Ikamasin is trying to divert the attack onto the top side. Rusty might be going into the flicker, but look at the damage that just got away. Rusty has been taken by Rabbit, the old man here. Another game that pull onto Rui, but doesn't have the shock to just run away. The damage for the team Ikamasin is really painful, but onto the bottom side, we can see Admira just pushing onto the second tier tower on the top side. We can see LYL take down Rui. That's defying to the logic of the Malok. Onto the bottom side, let's see. They take down the tower, but they take the tower but suffer a death for the Necros. So I think that's a really good trade.
Yeah, I think they traded top for bot towers. But yeah, he exchanged a life for a tower. That's not bad trade coming in from the Hertz side.
Alright, they are going into the mid tower right now with the gravity pull onto the Malja. But look at the damage is coming online into Shinki. Just chucking down the 20 of the Malja. LYL is currently busting into the top side. But the tower on the top side doesn't even fall down just yet. Because our Shinki just pushing away the team of Hertz onto the top side. You can see that's a really good aggressive gameplay. Do you think for coming from Ikan Masin?
Yes, that was a very good aggressive play coming in from Ikan Masin. But then there's another clash here in the middle. LYL running very low, and they chose to disengage. So one thing that Hertz can do is they can take AD and control the map. So they have to push out towers like what Admire did earlier, and they just have to distract other lanes so that they can get attention and get more objectives.
Yeah, because from Team Hertz, they have the Necro, they have the Yena, they can just split push everybody else. For the team of Ikamasin, they have the Hayate, they have the Ignis. So this is a heavy fight composition coming from Ikamasin. 9-1 into 10 seconds into the 10 minutes. We're gonna get the pull onto Ruin, but the damage from Rabbit just going to scare away that Malok.
Yeah, damage was not enough, but they were too aggressive here, and they just need to keep up. So all that they have to do is wait for the right timing and get a good clash, and they can turn the tide.
Oh, Blizzard coming into shot, just want to silence, one hit into the silence, but Shinki is onto the front of the team. Ikan Masin, they doesn't have the crazy over there. Just going Shinki is really be aggressive and off position, but you can see two lanes being pushed by Ikan Masin on the bottom side and the mid lane. But meanwhile, Admira just push onto the top side, giving the space and divert some pressure onto the top side here. Visits coming into the shock with the S2 of the ultimate. Don't run away. The Ikamasin is trying to back away because of how Admira just pushing onto the top side, giving the space. There's a Necros, it just parkour and run away.
Yeah, nice steal coming in from Nakrot with that nice diversion tactics here, just pushing top. And then got the Sage Golem and nice escape. So doing good here from the side of Hertz. I think they can still turn up the tides, and look at the gold. It's now close to 1.3 goal deficit, but it's still small. Anything can change. It's anybody's game right now. It's mid to
Oh,
late game.
LYL is in danger into the mid lane. Here, LYL with the ultimate just pushing and hitting on Rui. Despite the shock is to run away. Visit is in danger. Admiral is also in danger. That Ikan Masin is on the chase. But they might be pushing into the mid lane here. Then one more tower might be suffer into the side of Hertz. But look at the damage what Shiki could do. Just run away. Roja is there trying to pull somebody in. But look at how Shiki with the Kunai Blitz just secures onto Rui. Double kill might be into Shiki. But Virasti secures I am Roja. 11-2. That's a good trade for the both team. But Visit onto the top side here. Is going to just defend the tower, but we can see how Admiral just denies the push from Ikan Masin. Shark is eyeing onto the side golem. Look at the damage onto the Shark. Admiral just gonna run away, but the blue buff has been taken away by Shark.
That was nice clash here. Seeing all the members going down. Admire step in, cutting the creeps, which give them they're still in the game. Huh.
Yeah, because of how Admiral just cut some lanes, giving themselves space. So I think that's a really good gameplay for Admiral. So I think after this, that's a good boss here. But the Abyssal Dragon has been taken by I Am Rabbit. So they might be. Put the dragon onto the bottom side because they need some push onto the bottom side because of the early game that Admiral just pushed onto the second tier tower. So that's a really strategic putting onto the drake onto the bottom side. Look at the damage of the Shinki right now has been really online into the game. So this might be there might be a little scary fights going on. LYL trying to challenge anybody from Hertz going in. There's a pull of two people. His shot is going in, but the shot doesn't land onto anybody. Just have to defend this tower. Drake has been arrived. Admiral on top is trying to push it into the tier 2 tower, but the damage coming from Ikan Masin has been really aggressive into the team of Hertz. But you can see Lubu is chasing Admiral, but what can Lubu do? Just a Lubu within Paco King. Admiral is gonna run away again. That's gonna push on the battle tower. But you can see Visit is coming in. The shot, another shot, cover dominating in the take on the Visit. But that old man of fitness is been pushing it down for the team of Mars. Double kill for the team of Ikan Masin to take the one in the tower. They have only one KD if they want to take down this tower. Lubu is on the bottom side. That Kira is totally fed. One skill just gone for the Marja.
So they traded the bot tower for a top tower. Nakrut successfully getting the top tower, and look at that bot. It's only Valheim and Nakrut alive. And how can they defend this one? It's still 5 men for the side of Ikan Masin.
I don't know how they want to defend it. 20 seconds more. Look at the damage from Shark. That Shiki has been online. The damage from Virasti has been trouble for team of Ikan Masin. Roja has been taken down. Rabbit has been taken also. And it's getting LYL trying to get to the tower. But Shark with the damage. Shiki is about to die. But LYL is fighting 3-man people alone. LYL is still fat, still tanky. The damage doesn't have the much damage for LYL. LYL can just sustain, but doesn't have the damage to deal with 3-man people. LYL is still alive, but that's the shock onto the backside with the ultimate of the Kira, shutting down. Virasti is out. Roja is still alive, but LYL is still on bloodbath. Gonna run away for the LYL. We've been chasing by the Marja, and that's a kill for the Marja.
Wow,
My God, what a clash.
Coming in from Mars with that clutch play, left and right, trying to defend that bot and trying to defend this mid, losing those, but yeah, they're still in the game. I think Ikan Masin was so confident going into that fight, but they were successfully defended by Hertz.
Onto bottom side, Shinky is alone versus Mario and Rui, but one hit from Mario just might go to settle it. The shot onto Shinky. Shinky one hit onto the bottom. They already onto the bottom side. They're pushing the bottom. They might be taking the Dragon right now because they had deep position onto the bottom side. Rabbit is dead, might be stealing ultimate, might be doing, but doesn't have enough damage to do with it. Everybody is stuck in the enraged of the dragon, but the dragon, Roja takes it. That's a good trick. Get play for the Roja. Roja with the clash onto the right of Matira, just going into the damage dealer for the side of Hertz. Virasti is on the brink of death, but look at how Lubu survived that spot. Double kill for the shot. That's a damage. That's a late game. This might be the last push. Only Wizard have to defend. They have the creep. They have the minute power. Who's it gonna be? Wizard with the flicker onto the side. Roja is in trouble, but the English ball is in the way. But Ace, that's it. The kill. 1-on-1. Ikan Masin 1. Hertz 1. It's a tie, ladies and gentlemen. It's a tie.
Whew, that was good game. Wow, shout out 339 viewers. Whoa. GG.
339 viewers. Probably that is the last game you guys has been watching. Then, oh my god, Ikan Masin did it. They get 1 point versus and Hertz. They played really well. Look at how LYL played though. 1 versus 3, 1 versus 4, still survive. That's a Lubu for you.
Yes, that's right. I like the clash. The last clash, it was very dramatic, and it's nobody's game really. It was going back and forth who's getting the upper hand, but cheers to those to those teams who worked pretty hard, and shout out to your MVP. I am Shinky. Very dominant plays coming in from Shinky. I like the clutch plays coming in from both teams. That both of them really had the highlights of this night. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that both teams show their classes because we know that Ikan Masin is the main team of Malaysia right now, and Hertz is coming from Indonesia, the class of nation. They showed their class. They put their names on top of everybody with that gameplay they showed by both teams. So that's it for today, guys. That is the last game for today. So I think tomorrow we have some games, right?
Yes,
tomorrow
more
also
games
we have
tomorrow.
Games.
Yes.
So tomorrow we will update the standings at our page. So don't forget to like. If you're seeing in YouTube, like, share, and screen cap. See you guys tomorrow. And my name is Mikos, and I'm with Altilion Gaming. What's
and
up?
This is us signing off. See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.